What do I pay for justice? This gun in my hand. Falk Zildjian, invaluable hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, silently maneuvers his canoe alongside two motorboats tied together. A sliver of moon illuminates the ships in the gently rolling waters far from shore.
Hurry up with those sacks, you mugs. The longer it takes to finish loading, the more likely we'll be spotted.
It's too late for that, Blackie.
Falk Zildjian.
Who?
Falk Zildjian.
Now that your goons are out of the way, it's just you and me, Blackie.
Wait, I don't use that name no more.
Oh, you stopped calling yourself the Black Marketeer right when I caught you red-handed hijacking this load of sugar.
That name was always problematic.
You're the one who came up with it.
I thought it was obvious I was talking about the black market. Nothing to do with skin color. But that don't matter, it's got baggage. Just like you saying you caught someone red-handed.
That's a metaphor for...
Save it. Anyway, I changed my name because what I'm doing is legal now. I'm not stealing sugar, I'm paying for it.
That doesn't matter. Sugar's being rationed.
Rationed?
Yeah, whatever. Rationed. There's no way you have enough ration points for this much sugar. And I doubt you have a government contract to transport the stuff.
You're so far behind the times, Zildjian. Let me bring you up to speed. The kind of money makes all the difference. People have always hated how the government can look at their ledgers and how private banks get to see what you've been buying and who you've been buying it from.
That's a real pity. All that government oversight puts a damper on selling drugs or stolen goods.
Why should the government stick its nose in everything? It's tyranny. So some palooka got this idea to block it. His idea was, you keep your accounting books in a language almost nobody knows. You got a translator so you can decode it, and the people you're trading with can decode it. To Uncle Sam, it's all Greek. Not Greek, actually, it's patois, French Creole. That's why they call it Calypso currency.
Brilliant.
Yeah, except the Feds got some French Creole speakers on their side. Then the whole thing fell apart.
Good.
Then came cryptocurrency. That's where you keep your records in a crypt, a mausoleum, or catacombs. You make your transactions there and record them in patois. The Feds are scared to go in the crypt, so they never find out.
That sounds pretty secure, as long as no meddling kids come around with their parrot or their whining dog.
Well, that still wasn't good enough. What we got now is even more secure. The transaction is in a secret code that's unbreakable. It's transmitted by Morse code, which is then recorded on a wire recorder and broadcast over shortwave. That's why we call it the Ditcoin.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Still, what you're doing is hoarding. The government placed limits on how much sugar each citizen can buy, so we'll have enough to go around.
They can't tell how much you paid or how much you bought, so there's no crime.
That's like saying if they can't see you killing somebody, then it wasn't murder.
It's just sugar. The only people who got hurt are my employees who you beat up. Now who's the goon? Anyway, that's why I changed my name to the Crypto Knight.
I don't get it.
We still carry out transactions in crypts, and we hide ledgers there. And I'm a knight, like a guy in plate armor who rides a horse into battle, jousting in that.
Is it Crypt-O Night, meaning Crypt of the Night? Wouldn't it make more sense if you were Knight-O Crypt?
Nah, it loses the play on words that way.
Never mind, you're still going to jail.
Whoa, what about the Doc salvage surgery that turns villains into good guys? I thought you were doing that because you had qualms about prisons or the carceral state.
It turns out Doc's bad guy-ectomy has some unpleasant side effects after subjects have fully healed. There's some drooling, loss of memories related to siblings. Everything tastes like ice cream, which I'm told is nice for a while, but imagine never tasting steak again, or your mom's kebabs. And apparently all babies look like demons to them.
Zildjian, you're being hasty, and you're acting based on incomplete knowledge. Forget its use as a currency for a minute. Crypto can be a way for anyone to make money. You tune one radio to receive communications about Ditcoin transactions. You put a microphone from a second radio pressed against the speaker of the first. That way it retransmits the messages, extending the range. The central office of Ditcoin gives credit to participants who help out like that. Plus, Ditcoin increases in value when more people recognize how great it is.
I've heard of guys closing down their radio repair shops so they can use it as a Ditcoin farm, running these stupid radios day and night. What for? The value increases when people have confidence that it's worth something, then the value drops when people lose confidence in it.
That's no different from traditional currency.
Except US dollars have 130 million people, give or take, confident that their country will be here tomorrow and next year and 100 years from now. How many people are showing their confidence by investing in your Calypso currency?
More every day. Wait, if you heard of radio shops turning into Ditcoin farms, then you already knew what it was. Why didn't you stop me from telling you about it?
I was just keeping you busy till the cops got here. Would you have stopped talking if I'd asked you to?
No, I can't help myself. It's mesmerizing. Mark my words, Zildjian. People will keep learning about this idea, and it's going to be really big someday. There'll be millions of us.
Will they all be insufferable tools like you?
Yes, tools of modernity.
Like forceps to pull the baby out?
Modernity, not maternity. You're not giving it a chance, Mr. Zildjian.
Crypto is going to revolutionize everything. It's science.
Do the reading. You'll find out. It's anonymous, so no one can get into your business. That's why criminals use it for money laundering and black marketeering.
It's transparent, so everyone can see what's going on.
But he just said,
Don't take our word for it. Talk to some Rhodesian feminists and they'll tell you how it benefits them.
if you understood finance, you'd see. My God, the cryptonauts are crawling out of the woodwork like vermin spilling out of a crypt.
Or like sailors emerging from below decks.
Crypto Knight, why did you bring this many minions to unload one little boat? Half of us are from the boat that was selling the sugar. These other guys explained crypto to us while we were down below. Now we want in on the action too. The scam is spreading like an infection. They're just as annoying and tenacious as gold bugs. Of course, because crypto fans are just electronic gold bugs.
As soon as you really understand, you'll become one of us, Falk.
Become one of us.
Become
one of us.
Become one of
us.
us. Too many of them pressing in on all sides. Can't raise my gun. Will Falk Zildjian escape from the horde of crypto vermin? Are there that many African feminists who would testify to the advantages of Ditcoin? Would you gladly pay me 1/10,000th of a Ditcoin Tuesday for a hamburger today? Find out in the next installment, episode 36. Sorry, we haven't settled on the title for the next episode yet. This gun in my hand is brought to you by Ditcoin. That's the sound of Morse code transmitted over the radio. In this case, it's communicating a transaction between two people. The sounds are a kind of money.
I know why they named it that. The dashes and dots in Morse code can also be pronounced da and dit.
That's right, Billy. It sounds like you were paying attention to tonight's episode of This Gun in My Hand. Can you name 3 ways Ditcoin is superior to traditional fiat currency?
Dad, you walked me through this a dozen times. I understand it backwards and forwards. Except I wish they named it da. I don't owe you, you don't owe me, coin. Or they could have called it da coin. There's so much scat potential. I mean the other kind of scat. Can I just go play Cops and Robbers Blue Lives Matter edition with my friends?
Not so fast, Officer Billy. You understand it in real life, but I need someone to act as a sounding board for this ad. One person giving a speech is boring. 2 people discussing something is more interesting for listeners.
All right, let me get into character. Okay. Everything I've heard about this Ditcoin sounds like techno-utopian mumbo-jumbo. Why do you think it's superior to cash?
First off, your name is not attached to Ditcoin transactions.
Great. The weapons I sell overseas won't be taxed by the governments on either side, and they can't tell who I'm selling to. It's none of their business.
No. Well, yes, but no, I'm sure no one uses it for that. For another thing, Ditcoin can be used by the unbanked, people who are turned away from using traditional banks.
Are we concerned about poor people all of a sudden?
Of course, Billy. This is a great way for the downtrodden to, get loans or something. Financial services without the interference from private banks or governments.
But you always say competition is good, and we have to look out for ourselves. If you hold your hand out to help someone up, they'll just drag you down and take your place.
Helping people is a positive side effect of Ditcoin. Even if we were soulless ghouls who had no conscience, it still benefits us. For example, the third way it's superior is that it provides a sustainable path to wealth for everyone. People can mine Ditcoin by using several radios to extend the range of transmissions.
Gee, Dad, I bet if we got enough people to recognize how great Ditcoin is, and if they stockpiled radios running day and night, they'd be using more electricity than the nation of Finland.
Oh, the boundless imagination of a child. That would never happen, even in the far-off year of 2021. No, Billy, advocates of Ditcoin would never be that reckless. They're perfectly reasonable people who value the human race and all life on Earth more than they value short-term personal gains. They have consciences and empathy, just like other people. They would recognize when their actions had gone too far, and they would put a stop to it.
That's good to hear, Dad. But they better keep out of my way because I'm looking out for number one.
Well, you can run outside and play now, Billy.
Bang, bang! Stay down, scumbag!
Crypt O Night, episode 35 of This Gun in My Hand, was federally reserved by Rob Northrop. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, information on how to subscribe, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. Or buy my Godzilla doll crochet pattern. Who's going to pay for all this? This Gun in My Hand.